Heyo, welcome to our super hostile waking up chapter guide. This guide is meant for people who are stuck on chapters to, just show them where exactly the chapters are in all the areas and help them on their way to accomplishing the side goal of finding every chapter. Now, I believe this thing is only in the single player mode because I've never seen it whenever I do multiplayer. That's what I assume, I guess. So this is lucid dreaming. I'm not going to read the chapters for this guide, but I'm just going to, show where they are and how to get to them in each area. This is a quick guide, pretty much. So hope you enjoy and hope you find this helpful. If you want to see our actual run of the entire super hostile waking up, we get all the wolves and all the chapters, and the whole playlist is on our channel for you to check out if you want to see the entire run and not just the chapters. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Do not watch if you don't want the entire chapter quest spoiled for you. Alright, just for a heads up, I'm going to be doing this chapter guide in peaceful difficulty just to speed things up because I only have one night to record and edit this because Juggles, happens to be wanting to sleep at like 10 o'clock. But anyway, I'm gonna grab some tools to speed this up. And I'm going to grab this wood so I can make a boat to make the we all float area go much faster. And also for various reasons like a crafting table and such. So here we go. Let's find out where chapter 1 is if you are that blind that you need this kind of guide for the chapter 1. You can already see it from here. There it is, chapter 1. So we just make our way over here, punch through the glass, and that would be chapter 1 in the bag. Axe, so I can just chapter 1. Alright. So see you at the intersection 1 where I'll be showing you where to get chapter 2. Here we are at intersection 1, and chapter 2 is just right in there, right beneath the entrance to Trees of Fun from the intersection. So you just dig down here, get the wood off the chapter chest, and you climb on down for an easy chapter. And there you go. Next is chapter 3, which is found in the Grove of Shrooms. So come back when I'm ready to record that. So here's the entrance to the big area in the Grove of Shrooms, and you basically just climb down here, walk over here, and in this soul sand right here, there's a hole. You just drop down this hole, and you should be right here with chapter 3. So you just nab that, and then block your way up if you have the blocks, or just mine your way out, or lag like that. Yeah, beware of lag in the Grove of Shrooms. I know I had problems with it on the actual run, but see you back at intersection 2. No, I'm gonna say right now that Boomer Castle is where the next chapter is. So see you at Boomer Castle. Here we are at the entrance of Boomer Castle, and for chapter 4, I believe, you basically drop down. Not into the lava, but next to it, and you go into this little cave over here, and watch out for a creeper spawner, because it's just right there. Yeah, see that? And then there's a potion chest, which comes in handy, and then in here is chapter 4. So that's already 4 chapters in the bag, and chapter 5 is also in Boomer Castle, but it's much later in the area, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this area in Boomer Castle. It's basically at the heart of the area. And I'm just going to run along here. Hopefully don't lag and fall in like that. And, yeah, basically right there, down inside of the lava at the very end of the area, which is a pretty cruel place to put it, is where the chapter resides. And what I'm going to do is use some blocks. Just block out to the, side of this, where I'm pretty much above the chapter, and at this angle I should probably get more blocks from the inside the area, and basically just fall. I mean, if you wanted to be safe about it and not do this, because that was obviously a fail, and I'm so glad I got the gold armor. But if you want to make this a lot safer, then you can just use buckets of water and get all the way over there from, yeah. It's much safer using buckets of water, but I'm not really caring too much about safety because I'm doing this in peaceful, so Then you basically just want to block up standard until you get up to here, so, and then great, not on fire anymore, that's great. And keep blocking up to hit your path. And then get out of Boomer Castle like you did whenever you grab the wall. Here we are in the heart of We All Float. The big, massive area. I'm on like 1 FPS. This place lags everybody. I brought a boat to make this a lot faster, but hopefully this FPS gets better soon, which doesn't look like it. But in this area, you go over to this side, and you can see a little hole down there. I don't know if you can see because of the darkness of Fraps or YouTube or whatever, but come on, FPS. You suck. Okay, so you get out of the boat, and you can see a hole just right there. Should be, yeah. Oh man, this FPS is horrible. But yeah, you float. Some in my throat. But yeah, you just float down here, and it's... Okay, it's ridiculous. I don't know what's causing this. But anyway, yeah, you just go through this. Turns out to be like a maze. But you want to go left, and then right again, and you'll be at the chapter. Right there. Punch through the glass. Oh, it's much better to use the diving helmets than the helmet I have on right now, because the Aqua Affinity makes this much faster to mine through. And there we go, chapter 6, which is down here where it shouldn't be. Should replace that with that, so that, yeah, alright. And the next chapter is located near the Cavern of Peace, so I'll resume there. Alright, so for chapter 7, you basically come out of the Cavern of Peace from there, go through this mine area, drop down here, get up to the railway thing. And this was definitely like a difficult chapter for me to find, because I didn't have any guides like this. But yeah, you basically just dig all the way down, and the chapter's just nestled in the bottom right there. You can see the light from the glowstone coming out there. So you just basically dig down here, probably speed the rest of this up. And there we go. Chapter is just right here, pretty much next to the void. Nab that and then block your way up and out of this place. And next chapter, I believe, is in Legion Halls, so I'll come back when I'm going through there. Alright, so here we are at the entrance of Legion Halls, and see if I can remember the path through this place, because it's pretty difficult to memorize the entire path through here to the chapter, but I believe I did it for a speed run. And okay, so I turn left here, and I believe I go all the way to the end. And at the end I turn right, and then I turn left somewhere along here, I believe at the end. And then I'll see the obsidian. There we are. And then at the end of this, to the left. And then I believe at the end of this, there's a turn on the left, and it should be right there. Here we are. Okay, so I did memorize that, that's nice. And then retrace your steps to get out of this place, and after you looted chapter 8, next is chapter 9 in Deathshallow Castle, I believe. So see you again when I'm there. Alright, here we are at Deathshallow Castle, and if you destroy this bridge, you can always go to the path that you revealed over there, or block your way across, of course. But the chapter is on top of the castle, so if you were approaching it from here, you would use this shortcut, I guess. Just hop over this, and up the stairs. Up the stairs we go. Block our way across this little thing, and then up the ladder. And then on top of this ladder there's going to be a little bridge, and then to the right there's going to be the room with the chapter in it. Here we are, chapter 9. Chapter 10 and 11, I believe, are in Helix Cavern, so we'll come back when I'm there and ready to record that. Alright, so I believe the next chapter, chapter 10 or something, is in Helix Depths, so I'll be doing that one first. Now this should just be an easy run through. First go through there, then I believe you go through here, then this way, then you go through this glass, and all the way at the end of this hallway, then take a right, and then go to the right over here, and there we are, the chapter. That might have been confusing, you might want to like replay it as you go through just to get the directions right, but there's chapter 10, that was right, and chapter 11 is in the actual Helix Cavern, so come back when I'm around that area. Alright, so the path to chapter 11 starts, low, so you go up on this helix, whatever you want to call it. You just basically try to work your way up as high as possible, because it's literally like at the top of Helix Cavern. Yep. So I'll probably just speed up all this running. You can follow my path if you want, or just start up on another path. It's pretty easy to see where to go to and which paths lead where. So yeah, see after I speed this up. And here we are, basically at the top of Helix Cavern. The wool is over there, if you remember where that was, and the chapter is just right up here. It's probably much easier to get the chapter than the wool in this area. But one thing we definitely want out of this area also is the Power Miner 4000 iron pickaxe, which with really good enchantments. You just ditch that iron pickaxe, and you can just mine through everything in one hit. It's awesome. So yeah, there's chapter 11 in the bag, and feather falling boots, unless I have on this. Yes, I do. I'm just showing you this for fun, because I love this jump. Alright. Thank you, feather falling fort. Boom! Yeah, I love that. Oh yeah. Alright. So yeah, see you at intersection 3. Alright, here we are at intersection 3, and the chapter should be right in that corner there. There's the entrance to where we came from Helix Cavern. And you just head up right on this wall, you mine up the beast pickaxe we got from the last area. Yeah, it's really fast. I'll speed this up anyway, though. And here we are at the chapter 12. So we're still doing it in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should probably ditch some of this junk so we don't mess up the order. And we're back down to go into the, I believe it's the nest that has chapter 13. So yeah, I see you where see you whenever I need to start recording for the nest. So we've hacked our way through all the cobweb, and what we want to do is head along the right side on the wall, on this little path here. Probably speed up all this running towards the chapter, but yeah, this is the easiest way to both get the chapter and go towards the wool. That's what we did in our Super Hostile Waking Up series, which you should probably check out if you enjoyed this guide and you want to see people doing the actual whole entire Super Hostile Waking Up in a decent methods, because I think that was a really good run. So you drop down here, then you just grab this chapter, and there we go. Now we'll head out and go to Frozen Venom, because that's where chapter 14 is. Alright, here we are at Frozen Venom, which is infamous for making people lag like crazy and making the mobs pretty much go dormant because of the lag. So hopefully I don't lag too much here. Anyway, for this chapter you basically head... I think I remembered to go this way. Uh-oh. Whoa. That's a super spawner. There's TNT going off in there. And here comes the lag. I'm so glad I ran from that. Anyway, that's basically where you want to go. Of course. Lag, lag, lag. Drop the FPS. Boom, boom. Alright, so, just see that little gravel block running away there. But I believe you go this way, you keep to the left. Just remember to keep to the left and you should be fine. assuming your render distance is far enough to see the left path. And it doesn't appear that mine is, but you should eventually come to where you can see where the chapter is. And there goes another TNT trap. Just run as far away from that as possible so it doesn't lag the computer too much. And you can see a light from here. That's where the chapter is, where that light, this is pretty much as far away from the entrance as possible, so yeah, if you get stuck and you don't know where to go, just go away from where the entrance is. There's also some pretty decent loot along with this chapter as usual. I don't know why I'm not using this pickaxe. But yeah, here we go, chapter 14. And next chapter is in We All Burn, so come back next time for chapter 15 in We All Burn. Alright, here we are in pretty much the beginning area in We All Burn. You can see where the lava is coming from, basically like where the lava river is at the source of, and you can look right up in there. And yeah, you can see pretty much where the chapter is. So you just block your way up, unless you want to swim through the lava, and then you, yeah, just block all the way up. And you'll meet the chapter. There we go. So this is chapter 15, we're already 75% of the way there to all the chapters, and chapter 15. Alright. You can mine your way down, but be careful not to fall into the lava, like I almost did there. And then, yeah, dig yourself down. So chapter 16, I believe, is... Let's see, where is it? Ah, yes, it's in Deathshallow, so... See you next time for... the chapter in Deathshallow. Alright, here we are at Deathshallow, and this is where we just came from the cave thing. If you look behind you, you can see a lot of glowstone and a little cave entrance up there. So what you can do is just climb up these vines, and then climb up more vines, and you should be right at the entrance. Right here, and then here we go, chapter 16. Now chapter 17 is also in Deathshallow, but it's in Lower Deathshallow. So we'll just get to Lower Deathshallow real quick and show you where to get that chapter. Alright, so this chapter has stumped many people before, and I know that this was the last chapter that I found, but take a right as soon as you get into the area, and you just pretty much keep going along the edge here, run across this platform, and then watch the side down there, and just look for a tiny little hole that's barely visible. Should be right there. And you just swim down inside this, and there's the chapter. A really nice hiding spot, quite a troll from Vex, and here's chapter 17. Chapter 18 is also in Deathshallow, but it's in Upper Deathshallow, so come back when I'm in Upper Deathshallow. So here we are in Upper Deathshallow, and you go in here, go across the huge bridge, and I wouldn't recommend this method of getting to it unless you're risking it for the biscuit, but you just jump down this lower bridge, run through the vines, and the chapter should be just right here. So that was easy. But the next chapter is by far what I think the hardest chapter to get to is, which is the chapter in Hissing Sand. So we'll come back to show you the pathway through the Hissing Sand to get the chapter. Alright, so Hissing Sand. If you weren't lucky enough to blunder upon the chapter on your first run through Hissing Sand, then you can follow this path I staked out on just staked this out. Took a while to establish it, but I'm not guaranteeing this is the fastest path to take to the chapter, but it's the fastest I could find. So you basically just follow the path, and you can just pause it if you're struggling to keep up. And also, if you destroyed part of the path when you were going through it on your first run or whatever, then just try to re-establish the path and try to follow it. But anyway, that's pretty much Hissing Sand. So it looks easy, but this path is pretty difficult to find. But we're on to the last chapter, which is in, of course, the Inventory Wipe Horror Festival. Past the Nether portal, so I'll resume when I'm in Nether. Alright, so here we are in the heart of Inventory Wipe Horror Festival, on our way to get the final chapter. So you just block your way across here. And you definitely want to take out these spawners before you go for this chapter. So you just dig your way down here, pretty much into the very bottom. I didn't want to dig down there, but I did anyway. YOLO! So yeah, here we are, chapter 20. And really laggy for some reason. Anyway, there we go, chapter 20. So that's every single chapter. Pretty sure, in order. So that's basically the end of this guide, and give it a like if you enjoyed and found this useful. And subscribe for more videos from us, TheLesterBros. Yay! Hopefully Vex isn't too mad that I made this, because, you know, it's quite a spoiler. You silly derp, there's nothing down here, smiley face. Nothing down here but death! Woo! Yeah, I'll probably put a spoiler alert at the beginning of this video. So yeah.